And look, that's what Jake Tapper is saying. That's what he wrote his book about. That's what all of his interviews about his book is saying, that Joe Biden wasn't the one calling the shots. That's a constitutional crisis.
One of the dangerous and damaging effects of bad journalism and a cash grab like Jake Tapper and Alec Thompson's book about the decline of Joe Biden and all of the secrets that were being kept. The secret that Joe Biden's an old man and doesn't walk as quickly as he used to, or speak as quickly as he used to, or think as quickly as he used to. That's the scandal. Oh, we're all in danger. Is that Jake Tapper is now giving talking points and propaganda points to people like James Comer, to Republicans, who are now running with a narrative that Joe Biden was using the auto pen in a way that was unconstitutional, that needs to be investigated. Oh no, another investigation from James Comer that's going to go nowhere, and it's only going to serve as a distraction, just like the Biden crime family investigation did, that garnered no prosecutions, zero. And we all called it over a year ago. This is gonna go nowhere. This is just like the Benghazi thing. It went nowhere. No criminal prosecutions. Didn't even forward it to the Justice Department to investigate and try to get criminal charges. Nothing. Same with this. This will give MAGA the ability to destroy the country while a lot of people look in the direction of the thing they're jingling the keys like a shiny object to distract us. Don't fall for it. Here's James Comer, a little longer clip than I normally play, about 2 minutes and 45 seconds or so. Here's James Comer on Fox News with Stuart Varney talking about the auto pen thing, just giving propaganda and disinformation, misinformation line after line after line, and giving Jake Tapper credit for what he's done. It's a sight to behold. Watch this.
Who signed with the auto pen? What happens if Biden really didn't know? Are those orders null and void?
I think they would be null and void. Look, at the end of the day, there's more evidence coming out by the second that would prove that Joe Biden wasn't the one making the decisions during the last 100 days of his administration, perhaps the last 6 months or even the last year. This is when the most activity occurred from the executive order standpoint throughout the whole Biden administration. We don't believe that a lot of these executive orders are legal if for no other reason Joe Biden did not sign them himself. You have to physically sign anything pertaining to the law, whether it be a pardon or whether it be an executive order. What we want to know is who gave the authority to these 4 staffers that we're bringing in. These are the staffers that we've identified as the ones who actually put the documents in the auto pen and pressed the power button to sign Joe Biden's name. We want to know who told them to do that. And we're going to follow the trail, just like we followed the money in the Biden influence family investigation. We're going to follow the trail as to who was using the auto pen.
That's the problem with the auto pen, isn't it? You don't know who authorized its use, and you have to find out. The whole question is who actually wielded presidential power, because it probably wasn't President Biden. That's the crux of this matter, isn't it?
That is. And look, that's what Jake Tapper is saying. That's what he wrote his book about. That's what all of his interviews about his book is saying, that Joe Biden wasn't the one calling the shots. That's a constitutional crisis. But more important to today, to this very moment, many of those executive orders that were signed with the auto pen are what we call Trump-proofing the Trump administration. This is when they knew that Donald Trump was likely going to be the next president of the United States. So they started taking action through executive orders signed with an auto pen at a time when Joe Biden wasn't anywhere near the White House to make it difficult for Donald Trump to reform energy permitting, to make it difficult for Trump to make the federal employees return back to work, to make it difficult for him to eliminate the U.S. Department of Education. These are things Trump's battling in court as a result of whoever made the decision to use the auto pen to sign these executive orders. We think this will have huge legal impacts if we can prove what Jake Tapper and many of us believe, it wasn't Joe Biden.
I wish I would have tuned you into, I hope you did catch this, but I wish I would have said it before the clip played, that it's interesting to hear all of the probably this, I think this, we think this, we might be able to prove this. There is no controversy here. This is not a scandal in the slightest, just like the Biden crime family thing was not a scandal, not a crime. Nothing was there. If there had been something there, they would have made something out of it. There would have been a finality to it. Instead, it just dissipated into the ether. It just went away as soon as Joe Biden was no longer running for president. How convenient. What a weird coincidence, right? Secondly, an accusation is not evidence. A conspiracy theory does not equal evidence. Your filthy lies aren't evidence. They're just words. They're just blather, James Comer. You fascist enabler, you fascist. Talking about constitutional crisis. Donald Trump is ignoring a 9-0 order from the United States Supreme Court right now to facilitate the return of Kilmar Abrego Garcia. That, sir, is a constitutional crisis. A lot of talk about evidence in this clip. You don't have evidence. You have theories, conspiracy theories. Thanks, Jake Tapper. Alex Thompson, great job, journalists. Great job, constitutionally protected members of the free and fair press, who have given fascists ammunition, rhetorical ammunition, propaganda ammunition to continue the destruction of the republic. Fantastic. What do you think? I invite you to this conversation. You can comment below. That'll help the algorithm to share this content with brand new, spanking new viewers and subscribers. I would appreciate that very much. We're trying to grow this operation within this little tiny corner of independent media to be as much out of the reach of being messed with by the Trump administration as we can. The first Trump administration, I was blocked on Twitter by Donald Trump's little stubby thumbs. And it took a court case to get him to unblock me. Same thing is happening now, except now he has far greater wielding of his power. He's been granted king-like powers by the Supreme Court to be completely out of the range of accountability, and he's going to use it. And it's just a matter of time before he starts coming for members of independent media. Anyway, subscribe. I would appreciate it very much. If you want to help support the work, you can become a channel member for $2 a month. You can go to patreon.com/I Doubt It podcast. Those are great ways to support. Follow me on social media. I'm not as active as I should be. If I had more hours in the day, maybe. But when I'm there, I'm there. At Dollemore. I'd love to see you. I'll see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.